I'm back with another triggering topic. Now, let's talk today about the lies men tell about child support, about single mothers, and about missing fathers. But first, let me show y'all this clip, and I'll be right back.
Kids, especially men these days, got women ways. They was raised by their mama, and their mama got child support, and they kept the daddy away from them, but they didn't see how daddy had to work hard to pay that child support. You know what I'm saying? They didn't see how daddy had to work hard to pay that, to get that money and pay that child support, so they don't even appreciate the money. It's just another check they get every month. So while they think they helping that child by getting that money for them, they really weakening that child by showing them that things supposed to just come to them. Just because you're supposed to get this free every month. You get whatever you want for free every month. That's just like that. That's raising a weak man. You know what I'm saying? That's raising a weak man. Because when it's time to do the shit that men's supposed to do, they're not going to know how to do it, because all they life they had kids, especially men these days, do was just wait on that chick. So when it comes to getting active and working hard, they don't even know the first step into doing that shit, because all they saw mama do was just sit down and get that check. It was just collecting that check. It was that easy. You know what I'm saying? So let motherfuckers just have everything they want all the time. Like you raising a weak man, real life, like keeping it real. And he a lot of the times turn feminine. A feminine man is what you raising.
Now, I promise you, if you are a BM or you are a pick-me black woman, you may want to exit this video now, because I'm done playing. I'm done playing. I'm really, really done playing with y'all for real, because the lies that black men tell and spread to the world has got to stop now, because they are so uneducated and know nothing, but only speak on their hatred and bias towards black women. Even though without a black woman, they wouldn't even be alive to sit there and say the stupid things that they say. And then my thing is that y'all say all of these bad things about black women, but then want to put out y'all bat signal to try to sleep with somebody, just like Slim Thug was doing with Meg Thee Stallion. Want to use the black woman, but only want to throw dirt and negativity on our names. But, as you guys already know, I like to go with straight facts, raw data, and numbers, because at the end of the day, those things are not up for debate. So let's address the things that this man, if I can call him that, said point by point.
Raised by their mama, and their mama got child support, and they kept the daddy away from them.
First of all, let's stop this BS right now. The majority of black women are not keeping their children away from black men. It's not happening. And if you were an active parent, you would know how ridiculous that is. It is extremely hard being a parent, and it is even harder being a mother. Most mothers would love the chance and the opportunity for a break for their father to come take them or watch them or share in the parenting. So let's do that. Let's address that. Now, let me say this also. It is a blatant lie to try to take the blame off of absent fathers and put it on the present black mother, the one who stayed, the one who's doing the loving, the raising, and the providing for the child. But y'all don't have to believe me. Let's get some numbers here, shall we? Now, as you can see here, men can and do fight for child custody. Well, at least the ones who care do. But it's less common than women who seek custody. And we already know that mothers always want to be around their children. Now, let's talk about this. While mothers are often granted primary custody, fathers can also win full or joint custody, and often do, if they are perceived as providing a better and more suitable environment for the child. Now, let's discuss some myths here. Myth number 1. Fathers almost never get custody. It depends on the applicable definition of never, but generally this is untrue. The most recent available census stats show that fathers represent around 1 in 5 custodial parents, an improvement over the 16% of custodial parents reported in 1994. However, studies indicate that dads simply do not ask for custody as often as mothers do. And courts generally do not award what is not asked for in that regard. So please stop the cap about someone holding your child away from you and you being completely powerless as to have a presence in your child's life or see your child. The truth is, the majority of these men complaining about child support, complaining about my baby mama won't let me see my baby, are lazy liars. They don't want custody and they don't want to pay and they want to demonize the mother, all the while taking zero responsibility for their part in creating that child. Now, let's look at this Massachusetts study that examined 2,100 fathers who asked for custody and pushed aggressively. You heard that? Aggressively. You hear that? Aggressively. Did y'all see that verbiage? Once again, I'm going to say it one more time like Dr. Umar. Pushed aggressively to win it. Now, of those 2,100 fathers, a whopping 92% either received full or joint custody with mothers. And let's talk about this as well. Mothers received full custody only 7% of the time. Another study where 8% of fathers asked for custody, and we ain't even going to talk about how only 8% of fathers even cared about their kids enough to ask for custody. But the study shows that of those measly 8% of fathers that asked, 79% received either sole or joint custody. So let's stop it right now, this narrative, and I really want y'all to stop it right now and stop it forever. Ever, that these women will not let you see your child, all right? That you don't have any power. I want y'all to stop it because even if she wouldn't let you see your child, you have rights as a father and you can exercise those and you can see your child and you can get custody. But y'all choose not to because at the end of the day, you would rather the burden of parenting rest right on the black woman's shoulders. And the numbers prove that, baby.
They didn't see how daddy had to work hard to pay that child support. You know what I'm saying? They ain't see how daddy had to work hard to pay that, to get that money and pay that child support, so they don't even appreciate the money. It's just another check they get every month.
This entitlement that black men have that they should be able to impregnate women, make them mothers, make them single mothers, mind you, not marry them and then move on to the next while they wash, rinse, and repeat, and then not have to provide for the family they left behind has got to be studied. You make a child with a woman who you didn't marry and you're not married currently, well, then you need to pay your share for the upkeep of your child because 9 times out of the 10, the majority of the day-to-day responsibilities is going to rest with the mother. That's why whenever you see those interviews where the guy on the street asks the children who they love the most, the 99% of the time or 99% of the time, it's mommy. They're, oh, mommy, I love mommy. I love mommy so much because why? Because mommy is the one doing the pouring into and she's the one doing the labor. And she's the one doing the nurturing and everything else. Let's stop the cap here. And, once again, I really want to get to facts because y'all swear that these things are not true and they're just somebody's emotions. They're not. So let's get to the facts because I'm telling you, I am so tired of hearing dusty black men like Mr. Slim Krampus and his boneless beard having behind. Slim Thug, talking about how hard daddy is working to pay that child support. Let's get real here and let's get in our bag, okay? The average child support payment is $430 per month. That is $107.50 a week. If you can't afford to pay $107.50 a week in child support, or you can't pay any child support in general, then why are you having intercourse, sir? Better yet, why are you out here spreading your seed into women when you know if you successfully impregnate them, you're too broke, you're too much of a bum to pay for your child? why are you not using protection? Or why are you not keeping it in your pants? And I want to say a grown man over the age of 40 sitting in his car talking about getting child support is something free every month. If that isn't the most dustiest logic that I've ever heard in my life, as a father, you are supposed to financially provide for your child. If anything, it will teach your child that if you make a decision, you have to pay for it. And also that their father loves them and wants to provide for them with no issue. In what world is it anything but that?
Especially men these days got women ways. Turn feminine. A feminine man is what you raising.
I'm tired of women just accepting this type of ideology because what is feminine? What are feminine ways? What is masculinity? What are masculine ways? I'm getting real tired of men always referencing the feminine in a negative manner when it's by far better than the masculine. Let's talk about the masculine. Some 95% of unaliving perpetrators on the global level are male. 99.1% of the perpetrators of forcible rape are men. Not to mention, who's in charge of the world right now? Look at the state of it. You see what's going on. So really, what are we talking about? Why is masculinity supposed to be something that everybody's supposed to strive to do or be? Because men are highly emotional, highly egotistical. A man gets in his feelings about something and someone may be put in the dirt. There are literal wars going on because of men's emotions and feelings and ego. Now, I'm going to give y'all an example. Here's an example of a man who imagined his girlfriend was cheating on him, went nuts and unalived her mother with his bare hands. Let's stop calling that feminine. That's not feminine. That is masculine. That's actually the definition of masculinity. That's what men do every single day out here in those streets or in these streets. Okay? That's what being a quote unquote strong man is. So let's stop demonizing femininity. Let's stop using feminine in a bad way. Oh, he's acting feminine. No, he isn't. He's acting masculine. But you know what? I really need us to stop doing this because this is something that we as women do unconsciously. We automatically put ourselves down and uplift men. When anytime you say things like that, especially in the Black community, because I want y'all to understand this. The divine feminine for the Black woman is strictly a positive. So let's talk about it. All right, let's talk about it from a factual, once again, perspective, because y'all gonna say that I'm in my feelings. This isn't true. This is just my opinion. So let's talk facts here. Let's talk about what being a Black woman, let's talk about what being a feminine Black woman gets you, okay? Because every Black woman is feminine, all right? Black women are the most educated group in the U.S., surpassing both Black men and white women in educational attainment. And you notice I said attainment because y'all love to say, oh no, y'all the most enrolled, but y'all don't really get those degrees. Yes, the heck we do. We are more likely to enter college and earn degrees at all levels, including bachelor's, master's, and doctoral degrees. Master's degrees. Black women earn more than 70% of master's degrees at the top 30 U.S. universities. And Black women earn 65.9% of doctoral, medical, and dental degrees. So please stop playing with us. That's being feminine. You wish you could be so lucky as to be feminine, slim sucker. And not to mention that a significant portion of Black women in college are single mothers. So they are being a mother and being a student and working and doing a million different things, trying to get ahead in life. So what is the Black man's excuse? To still be the least educated and not even be taking care of the children. Why are y'all not going to college? Why are y'all not going to school? Why are y'all in some woman's house mooching on her, sleeping on her couch, playing the Xbox all day long? Huh? And let's also talk further about what's being feminine. Between 2000 and 2022, The rate of imprisonment in state and federal prisons declined by 69% for black women, while the rate of imprisonment for white women rose by 18%. Birth rates, since y'all hate single mothers so much, since black single mothers are the reason why everything is the way it is, birth rates for black women in the U.S. have declined, particularly when compared to other time periods. Okay? So, what are we talking about? Oh, and let's talk about something else that's feminine. Being feminine is being a black woman and having the highest workforce participation rate. Black women work the most out of all races of women. Now, that's a double-edged sword because it's sad because black women know that they have to do it their own and they can't rely on their men. But it also shows the resilience and the hardworking nature of black women. So let's really, 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 really talk about what being feminine is and what being masculine is, because being masculine is going out in these streets and contributing to this stat, because we know that the majority of all unalivings are done by men. And in the black community, we know what that means, that it is being done by black men. So despite black people only accounting for 14% of the U.S. population, black people account for 60% of those unalived by firearm H-sides each year. Black people are over 11.5 times more likely to be victims of firearm unalivings. So, where is this great masculinity that we should be making sure that we instill in the sons? Huh? Where is it? What are you talking about? Where is this positive masculinity represented in the black community? So I'm going to need y'all to stop demonizing femininity. Stop making yourself victims.
Black men, we are the number one wanted man on earth. You are the number one wanted man on earth by all races of women.
To hear black men say this is always so confusing to me, because first, you're the most desirable and everybody wants y'all, but then on the other hand, y'all are so tortured and everyone hates you guys, and you're so, discriminated against and oppressed, and that's the reason why you're the brokest and the least educated and the most violent to yourselves and others in the community. And then, you guys are feminine and weak because of y'all mothers, but then everybody wants y'all so bad, but black women treat you so bad, but yet you're so desirable and everybody just wants to drop to their knees and do everything under the sun to you. I really need y'all to make it make sense. I really want black men to literally stop living in this world of Delulu. Stop it. You are not the most desired, and you never will be. Desired for what? Anybody can see how y'all treat the women in your community. Everybody can see how you treat the mothers that you came from, the wombs that you came out of. Why would anybody trust a collective of men that is that disloyal? That, what? So, it's like, what would make you desirable? So that they can become a single mother too? So that you can get online and complain about them and talk and destroy them and destroy their image in the public eye? Or so that y'all can get online and complain about paying her $100 a week for child support after you left her holding the bag and holding the baby? What? And then y'all can sit there and y'all can go on TikTok or YouTube and make this grandstand, this fake show about wanting to see your child, but never come around? You are literally, y'all are literally complaining about paying $100 a week. What group of non-black women that were actually intelligent and had options would want to join in that struggle? Because I need y'all to understand, the women that choose y'all, the women that desire y'all, have no other options. That's just the fact. They are the cast-offs from their own communities, or you may be a black man that has some type of money, some type of power, some type of privilege, some type of way that she can use you as a come up. But if there are women of other races and they have everything that they need, they got money, power, status, they write on it, They are not checking for y'all. Be honest, be real. The only people that entertain y'all that are not black are women that can get something out of the deal, or they are not wanted in their own communities. And that's the truth, because y'all are the cleanup crew. And that's just what it is. And to be honest, I've really kind of almost given up all hope for the collective of black men to get it together. So the only thing I normally try to focus on is what black women can do and how they can alter their behavior to create some type of positive outcomes in the black community. So I want to say this. It's very sad that there are so many black women that also contribute to this problem of black men living in a world of delulu. And it's really the reason why black men can say things like what Slim Thug said and truly believe it. It's because there are so many black women enabling them and telling them that they're right and allowing access to them. And I really want y'all to know that if a black man cannot compete at the level of other demographics of men, then he should be forcibly evicted from the dating pool. No relationship, no dates, no companionship, no intercourse, nothing at all. The fact that a man like Slim Thug can still have intercourse with black women is the reason why he can be so entitled and disrespectful. Because how in the world are you going to tell him that he needs to do better when if he's not doing better, you still lay him in between your legs? You know? But anyway, I just want it, and that goes, and it doesn't just go, it doesn't just go for Slim Thug either. It goes for any black man that you know, that you're talking to, that you engage with, that is not on your level. You know, you ruin it for everybody. But, you know, I just wanted to let you sisters know that, seriously, femininity is not the problem. Being feminine is not the problem. The collective of black men are the problem. And the environment and the mentality that is curated for black boys and black men is the problem. It has nothing to do with you. It has nothing to do with the single mother. But black men, as they always do, they need a scapegoat. They need somebody else to blame other than the man in the mirror. So when they go out and get locked up, when they go out and impregnate somebody, when they go out and make bad decisions, it's never them. It's never them. Have you noticed that? It's always the woman. It's always somebody else. It's always the whitey man. It's never them. Ever. And, you know, I wish that black men and black boys and the percentage of black men that are actually thinking and intelligent, I wish that they would do a better job in telling impressionable young black men that the environment is the problem. The mentality that y'all have is the problem. And sometimes you learn it from music, movies, media, and you also, most importantly, learn it from your peers and your elders, which are black males. They instill in you the worst of the worst ideologies, the worst of the worst ways to be as men. Oh no, brother, you talking to that girl? You're not supposed to be faithful to that girl. You're supposed to be go and have intercourse with 1,000,000 different girls. Oh, you want some quick money? Yeah, you need to go do this, that, and the third. We never talk about the fact that there is a way more stronger influence put in place in the reason why black men and black boys are making bad decisions. And those are other black men. But once again, that would take self-reflection. That would take introspection, which black men refuse to do. And until black men realize that the problem is them, and the problem is masculinity and entitlement and not the black woman, they will continue to be on the bottom while black women surpass them. And this is something that no one ever really talks about. I know black men don't talk about it. You wonder why black women are able to do these things. The reason why black women are able to do all of these things with all of these hurdles and stumbling blocks is because there is no grace for the black woman. She is forced to take accountability, whether she wants to or not. And when you force someone to do things like that, when you say, hey, I ain't gonna help you, you got to do it on your own, then you create a group of women and girls that behave the way that we do, which is get into it, doing it no matter what. And that is just that simple, you know? But you know what? I digress. I'm sorry. Did I do too much? I probably did too much. But I really feel passionate about this topic because people try to stay and play in black women's face like we not doing it. They don't never have anything positive to say. And there is plenty positive to say about us. So if you hear me now, sister, you are beautiful. You are intelligent. You are resilient. You are strong. You are innovative. You are the ones that they seek to copy. All right? And they do not want you to realize your power, because if you realize your power, you will stop settling for less. Now I'm done. I'm off my soapbox now. For real, I really digress. If you watched this whole video and you enjoyed it, please do me a favor and drop an 11 down below in the comments. And if you can't donate to my Cash App above to help support the channel, that's no problem at all. I know times are hard out here. We all trying to make it and survive. So just follow your girl on TikTok. It is free. And I do live stream on there exclusively. Also, follow your girl on YouTube. Hit that notification bell so that you don't miss any of my new uploads. And always hit that subscribe. And as always, ladies, I really love to hear from y'all. So please drop your thoughts, comments, and feelings down below.